Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the Final Four now with Troy West from allplayswin.com. We're going to cover Wisconsin and Kentucky. And Kentucky got a big challenge from Notre Dame in the Elite Eight, almost lost that game, and I absolutely did not see that one coming. Troy West from allplayswin.com, though, kind of did. He previewed that game with us, and he said he liked Notre Dame plus 11. I secretly thought he was a little bit nuts for that, but he turned out to be completely right. Troy West from allplayswin.com, thanks so much for being back with us.
Thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Yeah, the only thing I was upset about was I had Notre Dame in that game plus 750, so that would have paid out okay. But hey, nonetheless, hey, we're a winning pick on there, and we've just had an outstanding tournament so far, Pete. So I hope we finish strong in the Final Four with you guys.
All right, well, we're going to bow down to you a little bit for that awesome pick. I thought that, I mean, considering what happened against West Virginia, that was ballsy as hell to pick Notre Dame getting just 11. But first of all, how did you know that was going to happen? And second of all, is that something that you do regularly at allplayswin.com?
You know, we've been very, very consistent in this tournament, Pete. We've been very consistent for 9 years. 9 years in this business is tough to do. We've done it. Pete, I just, this Kentucky team's been inconsistent at times. Obviously, the record doesn't show inconsistency, but in terms of covering spreads, they've been very inconsistent. And I just thought Notre Dame was a matchup problem. Notre Dame has great guard play. We saw it with Jackson and Grant and Connaughton. They've got great guard play, and they just matched up well against Kentucky. And we'll see. I'll give you some good advice on this one as too, Pete.
Well, you appear to have a great read on Kentucky. Here they're going up against Wisconsin, a very fundamentally sound team. Is this a bad matchup for Kentucky or not? They're giving only 5 points, which, I don't know. If Kentucky's as dominant as some people say, that they're, as good as like the Sixers or one of the worst NBA teams right now, I guess you got to figure Kentucky -5 would be the play here. What's your take on this line, Troy?
This is a really tough one to handicap, Pete, for a number of reasons. I will go on record to give it an official pick, but boy, this is a stay-away game for me in a lot of facets. But you look at the way that Wisconsin played their last game, Pete. They put up 85 points against a really, really sharp defensive team in Arizona. How'd they do it? They hit 12 of 18 from three-point line, Pete. 12-18 from three. A lot of teams don't shoot that from the foul line, for God's sakes. Wisconsin shot it against one of the best defensive teams in the country. And I've done a lot of looking into this game, Pete. The way Kentucky is, how big they are, they have a tough time guarding the perimeter at times. They struggled at times against Notre Dame. But it's really going to boil down to, can Wisconsin match that shooting performance back-to-back games? Statistically, probably not. I think that's what it comes down to. My official pick is going to be on Wisconsin.
Wow.
I love the way that they've been playing this year. Bo Ryan's got this team playing well. They're a tough matchup for Kentucky. The big guys of Wisconsin can shoot, so getting Cauley Stein out on the perimeter to defend it, getting Towns out on the perimeter to guard a guy like Kaminsky. Tough matchup again for Kentucky, but would I be shocked to see Kentucky win by 8 to 10 points? Absolutely not. Tough play, but I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
The reason you like Wisconsin, though, is because you think that Kentucky might have a little bit of a hard time stopping Wisconsin offensively, or because you think that Wisconsin's defense might be able to slow things down and be effective against Kentucky's offense?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think the biggest X factor is the three-point shooting of Wisconsin. If they can come out and shoot the three like they did against Arizona, I think they're going to get very similar looks against Kentucky, if not better looks than what they got against Arizona. Arizona's got three unbelievable defenders. Kentucky, a good defensive team, don't get me wrong, but they defend the post really well. They don't defend the perimeter as well. That's the biggest X factor to me, but again, it worries me. Can Wisconsin shoot 12 of 18 from three again? Probably not likely, but I'll still go with Wisconsin because, damn, I want to see Kentucky lose. That's a big factor as well.
Well, you know what my lean is? Tell me what you think about this. I'm thinking about the over. Currently, 130.5 is one of the widely available market numbers, and I believe that line has gone down a bit since it opened. It's right now 130.5 or 131. I'm thinking the over 130.5 might be a decent play. I liked the over in Wisconsin, Arizona. I said that in our video. That turned out to be correct. And unless Kentucky's going to bring something super intense on defense that's going to absolutely hold things down, or if Wisconsin slows things down to a crawl, I'm thinking the over might be a good play. What do you think about that analysis, Troy?
Yeah, no, it's a great analysis. You know me, Pete, I'm not much of a totals player, but looking at it from an outside perspective on it, and somebody obviously that breaks that stuff down, it looks good. I mean, again, Wisconsin put up 85 points. If they put up even 70 on Kentucky, I'd like to think that this would go over. I think Kentucky's very well good for 65 to 70 points as well. So handicap in this game, I see a 75-70 type of basketball game or a 68-63 type of game. So both those analysis, I think the game could possibly go over. Absolutely.
Well, I think that's going to be my pick for this one. I don't like it quite as much as my pick on first half under for Duke, Michigan State, but I think I like it enough to make it an official play. What the hell? I'm going to take over 130.5 Wisconsin, Kentucky, and Troy West. You're going to go with Wisconsin +5. You sure you want to stick with that? You can still take it back. The video's not over yet.
We'll stick with it, but for the big guns out there that are throwing money down on my games, this is probably going to not be on my official card, but as for SBR videos, it's an official pick. But this is a tough game to handicap.
Thanks so much for all your thoughts and awesome analysis, Troy West. Talk to you again very soon.